Welcome, dear decor lovers, to a journey through Granny's small blue vintage cottage, a place where every corner whispers sweet nostalgia and cozy country memories. If you adore vintage charm, rustic elegance, and heartwarming decor, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss our enchanting home tours. Like this video and comment below, what's your favorite vintage decor piece? Let's dive into this dreamy cottage. The moment you lay eyes on this cottage, its soft blue exterior feels like a gentle hug from the past. The weathered wooden shutters and climbing ivy add a fairy tale-like charm. This isn't just a house, it's a storybook come to life. The color, reminiscent of faded denim and summer skies, sets the tone for the warmth inside. Vintage homes like this remind us that beauty thrives in simplicity and history. The front porch, adorned with rocking chairs and potted geraniums, is an invitation to slow down. Imagine sipping lemonade here, listening to the hum of cicadas. The peeling paint and creaky floorboards aren't flaws, they're proof of a life well lived. Every detail, from the lace curtains to the handmade "welcome" sign, tells a story. This porch isn't just a space, it's a sanctuary for storytelling and sweet, unhurried afternoons. Step inside to a living room where time stands still. Plush floral sofas, a well-loved braided rug, and a crackling fireplace create an instant sense of home. The walls, lined with sepia-toned photos and embroidered samplers, speak of generations past. This room isn't about trends, it's about soul. It's where grandkids curled up with storybooks and where laughter still lingers in the air like the scent of fresh-baked pie. The kitchen, with its chipped enamel sink and open wooden shelves, is pure nostalgia. Mason jars filled with preserves, a vintage stove, and checkered curtains make it feel like a scene from a 1950s postcard. This is where Granny kneaded dough and stirred soups with love. The imperfections, the uneven tiles, the slightly crooked cabinets, only add to its magic. A kitchen like this doesn't just feed the body, it nourishes the soul. The small dining nook, with its mismatched chairs and hand-stitched tablecloth, is where memories were shared over hearty meals. The delicate china, passed down through generations, gleams under a wrought iron chandelier. Every scratch on the table tells a tale: birthday cakes, holiday feasts, whispered secrets. This space proves that the best decor isn't bought, it's inherited, cherished, and lived in. The narrow wooden staircase, its banister worn smooth by decades of hands, leads to dreams and quiet reflections. Faded wallpaper and framed cross-stitch art line the walls, each step a trip through time. This staircase isn't just functional, it's a bridge between past and present, carrying echoes of children's footsteps and late-night tiptoes. The bedroom, draped in delicate lace and floral quilts, feels like a hug from Granny herself. A wrought iron bed, piled high with handmade pillows, invites rest. The faint scent of lavender lingers, and sunlight filters through sheer curtains. This room isn't designed for Instagram, it's designed for comfort, for dreams, for waking up to birdsong and the feeling of being truly home. The tiny bathroom, with its clawfoot tub and porcelain sink, is a jewel of yesteryear. Antique perfume bottles sit on a lace doily, and a mirrored cabinet reflects decades of morning routines. The peeling wallpaper and rusted fixtures aren't flaws, they're badges of honor, proof of a life well lived. Here, even the simplest routines feel like rituals from a gentler time. Tucked by a window, a cozy reading nook beckons with a well-worn armchair and a stack of vintage books. A crocheted blanket waits for chilly afternoons, and a tiny side table holds a cup of tea. This nook isn't just for reading, it's for getting lost in stories, for dozing off to the sound of rustling leaves, for feeling utterly at peace. Just beyond the cottage's back door lies a hidden paradise, a secret garden bursting with wildflowers, climbing roses, and winding stone paths. A weathered bench sits beneath an ancient oak, perfect for quiet afternoons with a book or a cup of tea. Butterflies dance between blossoms, and the air hums with the lazy buzz of bees. This garden isn't manicured to perfection, it's wild, free, and full of life, just like the memories made here. Every flower tells a story, every vine a whispered secret from the past. What makes Granny's cottage truly special are the handmade details, the crocheted doilies, the hand-painted signs, the quilt stitched with love. These aren't mass-produced decorations, they're labors of love, each with its own history. A wooden shelf carved by Grandpa, a cross-stitched sampler from Aunt May, these pieces carry the fingerprints of those who came before. In a world of fast fashion and disposable decor, this cottage reminds us to slow down and cherish the beauty of things made by hand. Step inside, and you'll be wrapped in a tapestry of textures, floral curtains billowing in the breeze, a faded braided rug underfoot, a patchwork quilt draped over a rocking chair. These fabrics have softened with time, each thread holding memories of cozy winters and sunlit naps. The mix of patterns might seem chaotic to some, but here, it feels just right, a visual symphony of comfort and nostalgia. Vintage textiles don't just decorate a home, they give it a heartbeat. Forget cookie-cutter perfection, this cottage celebrates the charm of mismatched treasures. A chipped teacup sits beside a depression glass vase, a rustic wooden crate holds delicate porcelain figurines. It's a collection gathered over decades, each piece chosen not for trends but for the joy it sparked. This eclectic mix tells a story of a life richly lived, where every object, no matter how humble, has earned its place. Scattered throughout the cottage are heirlooms, tiny treasures passed down through generations. A tarnished silver locket, a yellowed recipe card in spidery handwriting, a child's first drawing framed with pride. These aren't just objects, they're bridges to the past, keeping loved ones close even when they're gone. In a throwaway culture, this cottage teaches us to hold on to what matters, to let our homes be museums of the heart. floorboards to the hand-hewn beams overhead, wood is the cottage's silent storyteller. A century-old dresser, its surface worn smooth by polishing cloths, a rocking chair that still bears the imprint of generations, these pieces have absorbed laughter, tears, and countless conversations. Unlike sterile modern finishes, this wood glows with patina, each scratch and dent a badge of honor. It's a reminder that true beauty deepens with time. Electric light feels harsh here. Instead, the cottage basks in the golden glow of oil lamp replicas, frosted glass sconces, and candlelight flickering in hurricane jars. As evening falls, shadows dance across floral wallpaper, and the whole space feels like a living oil painting. This lighting doesn't just illuminate, it transforms, turning ordinary moments into something magical, something worthy of remembrance. Listen closely, and you'll hear the cottage's soundtrack, the gentle plink of glass wind chimes on the porch, their melodies changing with the breeze. Inside, a grandfather clock ticks steadily in the hall, its chime marking the hours like a heartbeat. These aren't noises, they're the rhythms of home, as comforting as Granny's humming while she kneads bread dough at dawn. Unlike sealed modern houses, this cottage breathes. Drafts whisper through original wavy glass windows, the scent of lilacs drifts in unchecked. In summer, the walls soak up sunlight and release it slowly at night. You can feel the seasons change here, the way the wood stove's heat lingers in winter, how the attic sighs with stored August warmth. This isn't just a building, it's a living thing, aging gracefully alongside its stories. Close your eyes and breathe deep, the cottage has its own perfume. Beeswax polish on oak, sun-warmed linens, the faintest trace of pipe tobacco lingering in Grandpa's old chair. Upstairs, lavender sachets sweeten the air, while the kitchen forever smells of cinnamon and yeast. Scientists say scent is the strongest trigger of memory, no wonder one whiff here can transport you decades back in an instant. This cottage is more than pretty, it's a masterclass in intentional living. Here, nothing is bought just to fill space, every item serves a purpose or sparks joy. Walls aren't cluttered but curated, with room for the eye to rest. It's a reminder that our homes should reflect our values, not just current trends. What if we all decorated not for show, but for soul? Trends come and go, but the cottage's charm is eternal. Vintage decor endures because it's rooted in authenticity, in craftsmanship, in history, in human connection. A factory-perfect replica can't compete with the real thing, with its quirks and scars and stories. As we rush toward the future, places like this remind us to carry the best of the past forward. You don't need a century-old cottage to capture this magic. Start small, frame family photos in thrifted brass frames, display your grandmother's mixing bowls, let that imperfect heirloom take center stage. Mix old and new so your home feels collected, not staged. Most importantly, fill it with what you love, not what some influencer says you should. That's the real secret, decorate with your heart, not a Pinterest board. In our hyper-digital age, the cottage's simplicity feels radical. No smart gadgets here, just the satisfying click of a manual door latch, the ritual of stoking the fire. Country living teaches us to find joy in small things, the first strawberries from the garden, the way morning light paints the walls peach. It's a slower, sweeter way of being, one we'd all do well to remember. close the door on Granny's cottage, let's tuck its lessons into our pockets. Whether you live in a city apartment or a suburban ranch, you can weave nostalgia into your walls. Start with one cherished item, one corner that makes your heart sigh. And hey, if this video inspired you, hit subscribe for more decor stories filled with soul. Drop a like if you believe homes should tell stories, and comment below, what's the most treasured piece in your space? Until next time, keep decorating with meaning, darlings.